we are a new resource for as a part of IDG Legal that all of you can take advantage of whenever you have questions on Medicare. And the goal of this brief presentation, and I know we'll keep it brief, Medicare isn't super exciting, but is to ensure you know how to access that resource, and also to ensure you have a brief overview of what Medicare is, and what that might mean for you and your family members. So very quickly, and Megan touched on this, but Chapter is a Medicare advisor. We can help with any questions related to Medicare, and we can also help you find coverage. It's our mission to provide unbiased member first guidance. And just like Megan said, what that means is we don't receive different commissions based on what we're recommending to you. There's no conflict of interest. We're just truly going to look at every option, answer all your questions, and if it makes sense to enroll in coverage, then we can help you do that too, end to end. I'm going to pass it to one of our lead Medicare advisors now to just give you an overview of what Medicare is. His name is Thomas. Thomas, I will let you jump in here.
Sure. And I'll keep this brief for everybody. Just wanted to kind of give you all a 10,000-foot view of what Medicare is and how it applies to you or your family member situation. So just a quick agenda for you on the next screen. We're going to look at what is Medicare, how Chapter kind of plays a role in this process, and of course, how you can take action. Now, first and foremost, what is Medicare? Medicare is a federal health insurance program that's specifically designed for those age 65 and older, or for those under the age of 65 with certain qualifying disabilities. If you find yourself with Medicare, you're going to be on what's called Part A and Part B of Medicare. As far as some key components, Part A is known as your hospital insurance. This is your inpatient or hospital care. There is zero premium associated with your Part A. It includes hospital, mental health, skilled nursing, and hospice and home health care. The other side of it is going to be known as your Medicare Part B. The premium this year is $164.90. It does go up for those on Medicare to $174.30, I believe. Now, Part B is where the majority of coverage does fall under. That's going to be your doctor's visits or anything outpatient for that matter. Labs, tests, x-rays, surgeries, preventative services, physical therapy, anything you can think of that's not a hospital room or skilled nursing facility is most likely going to fall under Medicare Part B. So just know as a recap that Part A and Part B of Medicare is what is provided by the federal government. Now, a big note with Part B is it only covers 80% from a general sense. So the question we get asked more than any other is how will we cover the 20% that Medicare doesn't? In addition to the 20% coinsurance, there's no coverage from the federal government on prescriptions, dental, vision, or hearing, so that you have only one of two options to go to kind of pick up additional coverage here. On the next screen, what you're going to notice is two ways to achieve comprehensive coverage. Option one is going to be to keep original Medicare and add what's known as a Medicare supplement plan, also known as Medigap. That is a secondary coverage known as a pay upfront style coverage where you can keep Medicare as primary, then pick up a supplement coverage. Just know that you will also need a standalone prescription drug plan to go along with that. Now, the more popular option for a lot of individuals is to go with what's called option two, which is to completely replace original Medicare, go with an all-in-one plan, such as a Medicare Advantage plan. This is going to combine everything under one roof, and it will be a pay-as-you-go structure of insurance. Most Medicare Advantage plans now are $0 a month on top of what you're already paying for Medicare. It includes prescription drug coverage, and it also includes extra benefits for things like dental, vision, hearing, gym memberships, as well as some other great features out there in the market. Now, with that being said, I did want to just kind of point y'all's attention to what you probably see on TV quite a bit, from Joe Namath to Mr. Shatner, or even just a lot of advertisements that may seem like the federal government, but just keep in mind that these are companies that are trying to earn a commission and get to a point where they're only offering a few plans to you to try to get you to call in and enroll you in a plan that may or may not be the most cost effective for you. So just be on the lookout for these type of advertisements. If you have any questions, please set up a time with a Medicare advisor before December 7th to take a look at your coverage for either yourself or for your loved ones. So, and I'll pass it back to Michael from here.
Thanks, Thomas. And I just want to stress that if any questions came up during that, feel free to put them in the chat. We actually have an advisor who's monitoring this right now, and we'll be able to address those questions. Well, so I mean, the next natural step or the next natural question, I suppose, is how can you put a family member who's turning 65 in touch with us? Or how can you yourself get in touch with us? And what should you expect from a consultation? I know we're coming up on time soon, so I'll go through this briefly. And again, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. But we're now a resource, and our landing page can be found on the IDG site, just the general site. If you go there and then navigate to services and then scroll all the way down to Medicare guidance, and that's linked there. That's step one. Step two is on that page, you will see two options. The first will be to schedule a call, which you can do so with this screen I put to the right. And the second option is just to call in. We have a dedicated number, so whenever you call in, we'll know that you're calling in from IDG Legal, and we'll be able to answer that call quickly and answer any questions you have about Medicare. So what can you expect from your consultation? The first step is the advisor is just going to seek to understand what your situation is, what your needs are, what you can pay for, and the coverage that you'll be afforded through that. Of course, as a part of that, we're going to review your priorities and your needs. So that'll be a discussion around what doctors you see, if you have any prescriptions you need to keep taking, and if you have any benefits that you're interested in receiving from Medicare. That's something that we're going to help you navigate. Once we do so, we'll be able to actually drill down to a few options and explain those options in full so you understand them. And then we can help you enroll in those options as well. But it doesn't really stop there. After we help you choose coverage, you will have a dedicated team that you can reach out to for benefit support, any coverage issues that come up, questions about, hey, is this prescription covered under my plan? Is my doctor covered under my plan? Anything like that. So I included, just in case helpful, a QR code right here. You can scan this with your phone and schedule now if this is something that's been top of mind for you. And then, of course, also feel free to just navigate to the site on your own time if and as it's necessary.